Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a very special Automaton-o-Fun edition of Monster Party.
Monster Party.
Monster Party.
I will crush, kill, Monster Party.
Does not compute.
Yes, I think you get it does not compute, no. And speaking of not computing, I am Matt Weinhold.
I am Shawn Sheridan.
I am Larry STROTHE.
And I'm James GONIS.
And for this episode, what we're going to do is we are going to revisit a really old topic. I think we did it in like the first year that we were doing the podcast.
Yes.
It was the fourth episode.
Fourth episode. There you go. We never returned because the argument we had, oh boy, it was heavy. No, it went fine. It went fine, but we were just starting out. We were finding our way, and now we feel like we're a little bit more professional. So we wanted to go back to this topic, and we all love robots. So the topic is Robots Rebooted.
Robots Rebooted!
Rebooted. Robots Rebooted. That does compute in my book.
Yes, that's right. Robots through the history of cinema, TV, pop culture.
Comic books?
Toys!
Yes,
Yeah.
toys.
And toys. Yes, and toys.
Matt, I tell you, we need a really good guest, someone who really understands robots.
I'm surprised we haven't had this guest on our show earlier, and I blame myself. But I have to tell you, I love an episode where we get to bring on someone who is a longtime friend, a comedian, and a true genre aficionado. Our guest for tonight is an extremely talented comedian, actor, writer, podcaster, and musician. He was a vocalist and percussionist for the award-winning hip-hop band Most Chill Slack Mob. And if that was not enough for you, he is also an award-winning juggler.
That's right. Ooh.
Impressive. Most impressive. Please welcome, for the first time on Monster Party, NGAIO BEALUM.
Hello.
Welcome.
I didn't know you spoke French, man. You say genre aficionado.
I know, it was hard to get out.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Right?
it's all the lack
A
of sleep.
cataclysmic connoisseur or whatever. I don't know.
I'll go with
Thanks
that.
for joining us.
Oh,
Yes.
it's a
Yeah,
pleasure. Thank
welcome.
you for having me. That intro was a lot of pressure, man. I just thought we were going to nerd out for a minute.
No,
Oh,
I'm all
you've
right.
done a lot.
Oh my God, you've done a
You
lot. Yeah.
juggle.
And I juggle. Yeah,
Yeah, and an activist.
that's
an
right.
An activist in many ways, but in one way that I know our friend Shawn Sheridan can relate to. Yeah, cannabis. Wacky
Yeah.
tobacco.
The
Yeah.
weed.
Yeah, the weed.
Nice.
Weed, yes.
On
yes.
Instagram, you have to say broccoli or gardening or spell it OUI''D.
Yes,
Like it's a
yes,
French verb.
Yes, but tonight it's about
I'm a fan.
robots. That's
Yeah.
robots.
Robots smoking weed. That's perfect.
No.
Robots
stop it.
growing weed.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
A bong robot.
Bender would be a better robot if he was a stoner and not an alcoholic.
That's true.
True.
That's
true.
true.
Hydroponic robots?
You just
Yes.
you just brought up an interesting robot.
You
Bender
did just now. Bender.
from
Bender.
Futurama.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you forget? Because
No,
he's so
well,
human-like.
It's funny because I know he's a robot. And so how long has this show been going on now? Is it like 15 years?
Yeah.
15?
I think it's because it went to different networks, right? It started at,
did.
was it Cartoon Network where it started? Or?
I thought it started on Fox.
On Fox.
Is it
it was
Fox?
Fox.
Okay, okay, it's Fox.
This is
Then it went to Cartoon,
Matt
yeah.
Groening's creation from
Yeah.
the Simpsons. And you have this robot. And I remember, I don't know about you, but I was all excited that there was going to be a robot on this. But I
Yes.
was a little disappointed that he's like, and
It's funny.
he's
It's
what, an
comedy.
alcoholic. What? You
have
like
to give
that.
you have to give a robot a personality, right? It could be
Right.
it could be
No.
depressed, it could be horny.
Yes.
Whatever.
Well, sure,
Or
but,
a drunk.
or yeah.
drunk.
Well,
Okay, well, so when you think of robots, do you just think of like emotionless servants?
no.
I mean,
Okay,
what do you think? Rosie from the Jetsons? What do you think?
Well,
Oh, don't say-
what I was
oh,
gonna say-
now you got me going.
Well, okay. You want to talk about Rosie? Fine. Rosie's another animated robot. And so the Jetsons, that was created, James, in the 60s?
Yes.
Yeah,
60s,
Hanna-Barbera.
yes,
Rosie had kind of a Brooklyn accent. for
She had a
some
little
reason.
New York. Sure, Mr.
Yeah,
J.
yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yes, but
She's Hazel.
Yes, but she helped
Yes.
clean
Hazel.
the house. This is what you thought robots would do. Robots, they help clean your house. They clean your toilet. They trim your toenails. They do the things that you don't want to do, right?
Right. Your
Okay.
taxes.
Well,
There you go.
well, I don't remember Rosie doing George Jetson's taxes.
It's in my fan fiction.
Rosie was the first Roomba, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a time paradox then, right? Because Rosie said in the future, and so logically she'd be the evolution of the Roomba.
That's true.
And yet she was created in the 60s. She's the precursor to the Roomba. So she's
So-
both.
someone
this is why time
knows-
travel stories
it's-
never work.
It's the multiverse.
Right.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Just for a second here, let me get back to Bender because I
Okay.
want to point out the fact that Bender is an alcoholic robot, right?
Mhm.
Right.
But Robby the robot enables alcoholics. He is basically a dealer.
Yeah,
I
mean, he
don't
definitely-
know.
No, it's absolutely true because
Mm.
Robby the robot, he would provide a member of the crew
Yeah.
with alcohol and lots of it. A
What-
lot of alcohol. And so all it would have taken is any of us to ask for anything from him. We could have said, hey, I want some heroin. I want a lot of it. I want crystal meth. I want bath salts. I want aftershave with moonshine.
So he's like Robbie the replicator? Like how would he,
Yeah,
how would he
yes.
He is a
Yeah.
replicator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's
Robby
true.
the robot or he's
No,
the man.
no. He's
As in,
trying-
I'm waiting for my man.
Robbie's the
he's-
plug, as the
he's
kids say.
trying to
Yeah, there you
help.
go.
He is a robot here to serve. And as far as like saying, oh, he's enabling an alcoholic, we don't know that the chef is an alcoholic. He just likes to take a swig every now and then. And look, he's been on a spaceship for a couple of years, and so it's like it makes sense that he asked the robot for some help. And I don't think he had any idea that Robby was going to make so much. I mean, Robby says,
Wait.
would 20 gallons be enough for you? It's like, oh, wow.
So here you've got this robot from Forbidden Planet, this 50s movie. What's the year?
1956.
1956. You've got this robot who knows how to create diamonds
Yes.
and
true.
has Krell intelligence.
Yes.
And yet he
correct.
doesn't know that hard liquor might be harmful to the human body.
Well, if that's the case, then it may be that he was not instilled with Isaac Asimov's law of robotics, because the first law of that is a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm.
Very
If
good
that
point.
means drinking himself to death, like a cook Earl Holliman in Forbidden Planet, then he might not be aware that Earl Holliman could literally just drink himself to death if he just keeps making alcohol for him constantly.
Maybe
But
he
Earl
recognizes Earl Holliman as a high functioning alcoholic.
Well, but he does say
That's true.
He puts the
Earl
fun
Holliman
in
does
functional.
say- no, he says his line says for cooking purposes. He
Well, yeah. So,
and look.
well, then
we don't
Robbie's
like to
easily
add-
duped. Then,
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Robbie the codependent robot.
Sean.
Yeah, and I need all this heroin for my back trouble.
Sean, he lives
Right
on
away,
a
Mr. President.
Planet. He lives on a planet with just two people. The
Yeah.
brilliant scientist and his hot daughter. Okay.
well, yeah, because he has been exposed to a lot of human condition, a lot of different personalities. So he's naive in that way. I know, Larry. I know that he doesn't mean
He
harm,
means well.
but he has a lot to learn because he lives such an isolated existence.
He also always loses at 3-card Monte.
And let's face it, I mean, Robbie, tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I think probably the most famous movie robot in
Yes.
history.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Well,
also
here-
at the time he was the most expensive prop/costume
Yeah,
ever
it's,
made.
it's a design that still to me holds up. It's a beautiful design.
Beautiful.
Yes,
It is.
designed by Robert Kinoshita, who also went on to do the Lost in Space robot. But the
Also
beautiful
great.
thing, yes, but the beautiful thing about that, people don't really understand. You look at that, and it's like a walking thing. Look, Robbie was made completely by scratch.
Right.
I mean, they had parts handmade for that.
Right.
You had plastic, aluminum, the neon tubes. So much went into it, and it was a very heavy costume.
How hot was it inside that costume?
It
My
was
gosh.
really it was really hot. And they had to do-
C-3PO hot?
Different,
well,
right?
I'll say this. No, you brought up a great question because C-3PO, when they were out on Tatooine, he was out in the elements.
Yeah.
And he passed
Yes,
out
that's
several
true.
times.
That's
Yes.
true.
Right. Tunisia.
Right.
Tunisia.
Well,
Didn't they have to shoot air into his suit to keep him cooled down? C-3PO?
in C-3PO, yes, but with
Yes.
Robby the Robot, the actor's name was Frank Darrow. And Frank Darrow, what was interesting about him is he was kind of a short, stocky guy. He and his family, they did a ton of movies and stuff, but he played like a kid and a teenager for years. But because he was that perfect size and stocky to be in that robot, he was perfectly cast. But I've heard a story. I think Bob Burns told the story of how, I guess, Frankie had too much to drink the night before or something, or one of the.
See?
He was hanging out with Earl Holliman.
Well, yeah, because apparently he was walking and he started to lean forward and he started to fall over.
Oh, no.
And I guess a couple of the
Yikes.
crew guys caught him before he smashed because there was no other.
Yeah, that thing cost thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Right, yeah.
Here's the thing, too. Robbie the Robot actually got work, right? Robbie was in Lost in Space. Robbie was in
Oh,
Forbidden
Col-
Planet.
Columbo.
Yep.
Robbie was in
Columbo.
Columbo. He showed up in other TV shows. Like, Robbie, you
Had a
know,
career.
Robbie made his agent very happy. Yeah,
Yeah,
Robbie had a
exactly.
career. He wasn't a one-off. He wasn't a flash in the pan.
No, and the funny thing about Robbie, too, is it was such a great, iconic robot.
Yeah.
That MGM, they decide, well, he's successful. Everyone wants to see him. So they quickly threw together this film called The Invisible Boy, which was shot in black and white. And not really the greatest film, but
Yeah,
Robbie's
yeah.
he's all over the
Yeah,
place.
he's great. It's great for a
Just
Robbie
to see
movie.
him walk and interact with a little kid.
It's just good to
And-
see the robots getting work. That's all.
Well, yeah.
You know what's
and
weird?
also it's diminishing returns too. It's like your classic
Yeah.
Hollywood story where he's got this big role and then it's a little smaller.
Right.
Cut to years
Yes.
later, he's doing Columbo. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm
Then
gonna
he's the bartender.
yes,
Yeah,
but
right.
make you feel even worse. So check this out. So
Him and Charo on the Love Boat.
If
MGM
only.
owns Robbie the Robot, okay? They own him. So there are toy companies that didn't bother to get a toy license. They said, "How
Right.
a cool robot." There were these Japanese toy companies that made 10 toy robots of Robbie.
Beautiful, yeah.
Some of them they didn't call him Robbie. They called him Planet Robot.
Planet Robot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one that's that.
Wasn't one called
mechanized
Robert? Like Robert
Well,
the
well,
robot.
It's a different one, right?
Yeah, it's a different one. But check this out. There was a toy company that made the Robbie the Robot space car. Remember when you first see Robbie shows
it's
up
amazing.
in front of the
Sure,
spaceship?
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so there's this really cool space patrol car toy that was made with a Robbie in it. They actually called it and they put it on the side, Robbie Space Patrol Car. Well, MGM saw that
Ooh.
and they went
Ooh.
after the company or threatened to go after the company. And so the company stopped making it. That toy, some people say, well, they may have made about 2,000, 5,000 back in 1958, 59 or so. That toy is so valuable now. If you can find one that's original,
Right.
it's like thousands of dollars.
Wow.
And then in
Nice.
93, there was a toy company, Mike's Toy House, which used the same molds to remake it. That's what I have. I have one of those. And
okay.
at the time, it was like $500. Now they go for about $2,000 because if you can't get an original, this reproduction is the way to go.
Pretty sick, yeah.
But see,
But
but see now,
But Robbie didn't get any residuals from that. Nothing.
It's true. True.
Well, so you have this connection between Robbie the Robot and the B9 robot
Yes.
from Lost in Space.
Right.
And one of the things they share is that as much as I like Robbie the Robot, there's kind of a little bit of a cartoony element at times to his personality, which is then amplified, especially in later seasons of Lost in Space in the B9 robot, where he's a little sillier and he's much more anthropomorphic. And that was the thing that even as a kid, as much as I enjoyed, silly stuff like that, it always bothered me. It's like, boy, I would like to see a more serious robot. And I think this was before I had seen The Day the Earth Stood Still for the first time. And when I saw that movie, I was like, oh shit. This fucker means business. None of this gift of gab. I will
Yeah.
build your
Angela
tank
Robinson.
and think nothing of it.
Yeah, I think I'd say next to Robby, Gort from The Day There's Still is the second most popular robot in film.
Iconic.
I think the thing about him too is, whereas Robby seems to be friendly, Gort does not, because of that faceless face.
Yeah.
Menacing.
And very
Nothing
nice.
really lights up.
yeah,
So just
yeah.
a
One
robot
eye,
you don't
just
want to
that-
meet in a dark alley.
Yeah.
Until,
Yeah.
until the little
And
screen
she does.
until the little screen goes. I would love to have a life size Gort.
I know, me
in
too.
the
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
All of those I would love to have. Yeah.
It's
Just
also
like-
cool.
In the
how they
foyer,
reflect-
so when somebody walks in, that's like the first thing they see.
Yeah.
There was a furniture store on La Brea.
Yes.
Where they did
Yeah,
have one.
right.
You remember this?
Yeah, it passed all
Yes,
the time.
yeah.
Like, I want that. I know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there for a long
I'd
time.
go to commercial auditions and I'd drive by that thing. I was like, what?
Was the
Sorry to
furniture
correct
store?
you.
Oh, sorry.
No, it wasn't a furniture store. It was a frame store.
Oh, you're right.
Frames.
And
Framing
the reason why I
store.
know is I took my poster to be framed there only because they had the frickin' Robbie the
Of course.
Oh,
they don't.
that's how they get you.
and I told him, I said, do you know what? I saw your Gort, and the owner
And they
was
said,
a-
sir, you're going to have to leave.
no
This is a
they were
Wendy's.
they were very nice. They were very nice. But also there was a great comic book store. Remember on Melrose, Golden Apple, which
Yeah.
used to have
Yeah.
a life-size Gort.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
The name,
back
the
in the
name
day.
moved, but yeah, you're right.
You're
Now,
at the framing
believe it or
store.
not-
Use the code Klaatu Murado Nicto for an extra 15% off.
They should have done that. You're
Believe
right.
it or not,
Nobody could
13
spell it.
Gort Varinga are my safe words.
13 years ago when we did this other episode, Robots episode, Matt brought up Fred Barton. Fred
Oh,
Barton
yeah.
Productions that makes life-size Robby the Robot.
Reproductions, right.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but they're really well made. And they do all the stuff that you see in the movies. Of course, Gort, his version of Gort is a little cheaper than the other ones because
Yes.
there's less. The
Simpler,
visor goes
yeah.
up, and that's really it. But
Well,
still,
there's two versions.
super cool.
There's two versions. One, you can
Right,
purchase
yeah.
the one that doesn't do anything. It's
Doesn't
a
do
standard,
anything,
which
right.
could be fine.
A shell.
I could be
yeah.
fine with that.
Static.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then there, if you
Lifeless,
want to pay
dead behind the
like-
visor.
Like I think it's like 4 or 5 grand. Then you can get the visor with the light, which would
No,
be
you
really
want that.
cool.
If you're gonna if you're gonna buy a Gort, hold out.
Gort all the way.
Right.
Half Gording. We're not half Gording here.
Do the full Gort.
Yeah. Go Gort or go home.
I would. And then Fred Barton, he's still around. They also
Still
do
around,
a
yeah.
life-size Lost in Space robot. They do other robots.
No,
too.
wait. Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, please. Please.
Robby the
God, yes.
robot. My understanding is Robby the robot and the Lost in Space robot are the same robot.
No,
No.
Just
Similar
but they
design.
look so.
they were designed by the same guy.
Yeah.
The arms.
I
are
always
so
thought they were
similar.
the same.
No, what?
So they're just like factory twins.
Yeah. And in fact, because they
No.
share the screen together in that Lost in Space episode where Robbie.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Brothers
And
from
they-
another mother. Boy.
Yes.
There you go.
And
There you
they
go.
also like if you see Robbie in TV shows like Twilight Zone or Columbo, his head design is
Yes.
a little slightly different.
Yeah.
They'll change
Like
the
in
head
Columbo,
around.
Columbo episode, he didn't even walk. He rode like a little, tram thing. Like
He was
Right,
old by
right.
then.
Yeah,
A little segue.
yeah, it was kind of like
rascal.
Right.
the very design's a little bit when he showed up later, but it was still the basic robot design.
But
There you
those
go.
are, those are great robots. And then here's another one that I watched around. This is a little bit later when I was growing up, but seeing the movie Silent Running and seeing those droids.
Oh,
Hmm.
And that's another one I think that Fred Barton also makes.
yes.
Oh, really?
But I love those. And so what they were, you ever seen this movie, NGAIO?
I don't think I ever saw it.
Oh,
I
but
think
the
you would
story.
love
the-
I'm looking it up right now. As a matter of fact, I'm very
story-
excited.
It's the
Bruce
story-
Dern.
yeah,
of all
it's-
people.
It's so
Yeah, it's
cool
fucking
because
amazing.
Matt, it came out in the early 70s when people were into, hey, be good to the earth kind of a
Right.
thing.
Conservationism and
The story follows it's this spaceship that's in outer space.
the
and it has
Valley
these
Forge.
giant domed environments because Earth is having a lot of problems with
Yeah,
pollution.
all the forests and everything, all the plant life on Earth has died. And so
Yeah.
now all the forests are now in these domes. The idea is to someday, I guess, find another planet to plant these things. But once again, I think it was a matter of cost. They're like, well, we can't really afford this anymore. So the decision is made to blow up these domes. And Bruce Dern, who's this hardcore eco warrior,
Environmentalist guy.
yeah, he will not have it. And so he takes some drastic measures. But
Yes.
there are these droids that are on the ship, and how they were operated is they got people that had no legs
Ah,
and they would walk around on their hands. And it's a really
Practical
cool
effects.
effect. It looks really
Yeah.
good.
were the
And,
Huey, Dewey, and Louie? Was that
Yes.
the
Huey, Dewey, and Louie, that's right.
Yes.
And so he's all alone with these robots and trying not to go crazy being by himself. So he makes friends with these robots and he teaches them how to play poker. And so when you were
Yeah.
talking about three-card Monty, I was like, oh, right, silent running. And it's great because he gets them to a place where they even learn how to bluff.
No, I was good. That was
It's
my
so
next
cool.
question. I was like, can
Yeah.
robots bluff?
Yeah.
Can Data bluff?
I think that was always a
think-
problem, wasn't it?
That's a good
But didn't he kind of learn over time, kind of like to
Kinda.
just simulate
I think he learned to mislead, but maybe not to
Yeah.
bluff.
And
Or
for
to
listeners,
allude.
Yeah,
or James, if you don't know, Data
You're-
is an android from Star
Okay.
Trek Next Generation.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Just real quick to back to Silent Running, I wanted to say how that movie is really fun and it's really quite groundbreaking as far as the design of the robots. It kind of foresaw a little bit like the R2-D2 design
That's
with
true,
Kenny
yes.
Baker. But Silent Running, the ending of that movie, I mean, not to give a lot away, but it's quite
It's
poignant.
50 years old. You can.
Yeah. But it's quite,
Well,
it's
but it is really
extremely
good. Like you would,
It's really
I hate to
poignant
ruin
at
it
the
for
end.
you.
Yeah,
James,
it just
James, have you seen it? Have you seen Silent Running?
Me? No, I haven't. I know.
James, you haven't seen Silent Running?
okay.
I got to put
watch
it on my queue.
tonight.
I think you would like
But,
it.
Yes.
Basically, the robots are left to take care of these, or one robot's left to take care of the forest. And it's just the way it's done is just it's really well. And yes, it's
Poignant,
it's a little
kind of
preachy.
heartbreaking.
Yeah,
and-
It's a little preachy as far as pushing the ecological message, but it's
Yeah,
Bruce
there-
Dern's great. John Dykstra, I believe, did the
Yeah,
special
John
effects,
Dykstra.
and
Oh,
they're
no shit.
really
Well,
really good.
Pre
special
Star
effects.
Wars.
Trumbull.
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 Douglas
Douglas
Trumbull.
Yeah, it's this because this is before Star Wars, so it's more of that '70s downbeat, more realistic, nihilistic kind of film. But
Those
it's
early
great.
70s films, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
kind of.
No,
It is.
No,
It is,
Because
yeah.
Joan Baez has this lovely song, but this one of the things that made
I
James
wanted
the
to
film-
break this slowly too on GAIO, but
See,
you are going to
see,
have to listen
no.
to a number of Joan Baez songs that
But
Sure.
might get a
I
little
can't-
tedious.
What,
Yeah.
See, what is it about you? You don't like Joan Baez? Come on, she's great.
Look, I respect
love her.
See,
and he loves her. So, see,
Look,
there's no
it-
problem.
Not for her music, just for who she is.
look, it fits,
Right? No, right. As a person,
Right,
and as
right.
also an
fits
activist.
And yes, I agree with Sean. It dates the film a little bit, but still,
I mean, it's great. I love it.
really, it's a lovely film. I mean,
I
if you
think a
about-
soundtrack by Slayer would have helped it.
40 years later, that last robot becomes Wall-E.
Yeah. But it's
And
a
what-
Great
production
robot.
design.
It's neat. Matt brings up the interesting design of these robots. When I saw them as a kid, I thought they were real robots. I had no idea how the
they're
robots
they're
were
very
made.
convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like Matt says, "Oh, they put a chimp in there or something."
Let me ask you,
No, I did not say that. Do not
do you
slander me, sir.
prefer humanoid robots or do you like your robots to look like robots?
Well,
Good
Like-
question.
someone like C-3PO from Star Wars. Hello.
Right? But R2-D2 is arguably the more popular robot.
Yeah,
he's
that's true.
really
I think
cute, and he-
I think that's true. And I also feel like C-3PO is really a reflection of Maria from Metropolis.
True.
Okay.
In the silent movie
1926.
1926,
Fritz Lang?
Metropolis. And
Yes.
so C-3PO looks almost like he could be Maria's husband.
Yeah.
Whereas,
brother.
Or brother. Okay, sure. But R2-D2, a lot of the smaller droids in that film, I think are really original. I love the power droid. Remember the power droid? That,
Yeah,
you know,
it's cool.
it just looks like a battery with some legs.
Yeah.
Two legs just go lumping.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
I mean, and I'm sure we all know, James, you know the power droid, right? You know who
Yeah,
we're talking
I remember
about?
the power droid. Yep.
Yeah, because there's a great sequence in the first Star Wars in A New Hope inside the Jawa big
Truck.
vehicle, and you
Yeah.
Right.
see him walking, and
That's
you hear
right.
go garp, 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 and it's so unique looking, and it's
It
it's
is,
really I think
yes.
it's just two large plastic containers put together
just-
Right,
on the
yeah.
top and the bottom with these little legs with the
But very
with the-
effective.
It adds to the world building.
Oh my god!
Exactly,
it's so
Well, yeah,
exactly.
because it's
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to be
yeah.
just like it's just does one particular task. It doesn't have to
Listen,
be complicated.
I don't know how many times I've looked for a power outlet or lost my little fucking battery thing or whatever. If I could just be, hey, power droid, follow me around. Don't get lost.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Keep
true.
So
your
when
phone
you're
charged
going-
forever.
When you're going camping and you got, let's say, you don't want to do it upright and you bring your generator. Would you rather
Yeah.
have your generator know where it's going and
Yeah.
walk on its own?
Right.
You're going
right.
glamping.
Look, and Matt, maybe I'm
the only way I camp.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Okay, you say, well, R2-D2 is more popular than C-3PO. Look, do you like Hardy more than Laurel or Costello more than?
No, I like them both.
I like Costello more than I
Well,
like that.
look,
No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
just saying
Yeah.
they make a good little team.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
what I like. And
Right.
even I
Right.
remember the first time I saw the film, and C-3PO says, "Go that way. You'll be manufacturing in a day. You little scrap pile." And they separate. As a kid, I'm like, "Oh, don't separate. You guys are buddies."
Mom said we had to stay together.
Yeah.
He's
James,
but
didn't
see,
you
that's
feel
the
that
thing,
way?
though. That just kind of
James?
proves the point. R2D2 is more likable. You're more sympathetic to R2D2 in that moment, and you kind of think C-3PO is an asshole.
Well, yeah, C-3PO built that reputation where it's like by episode 3, it's like, or episode 6, it's like, just shut up. Just shut the fuck up.
Right.
My favorite, I think less is more with the Star Wars droids. That's why R2, because it was just the beeps and the dome
Yeah.
turns and
Yeah.
what he's thinking. And it's like, and he
Yeah,
doesn't have to
yeah.
speak. My favorite Star Wars robot now is K2SO from Rogue One and Andor.
Yeah, that's a great robot. Yeah,
I
Which
think
one was
over
personality.
K2SO?
yeah,
He's
good
got-
personality. Too.
yeah.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan
Oh, yeah,
Tudyk
yeah, yeah,
voiced
that's
him.
right.
Alan Tudyk is so great in that role, and his role is my favorite part in Andor and in Rogue One.
He doesn't have to do much. He's droll. Originally he was an Empire droid who got reprogrammed
Right,
by
right.
Cassian Andor, and he's kick ass, but he doesn't make a show of it. He's
Yeah.
just like,
So which
Well, he's got
robot is
that
he?
kind of
Can you
attitude.
describe him though? Which is he, the big dark robot? Which one is
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he looks a little bit like Iron Giant.
Okay.
little bit.
Am I on track?
A little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's very tall. Yeah, gangly legs. I mean, yeah, he's-
Formidable.
like-
Looks
you said,
like
he
he was
was-
made for killing.
He was a battle droid, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, personality was. You could also mention Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He was just
So
Another
depressed.
annoying robot.
depressed.
Yeah.
But that's a
Oh my God.
great robot personality. That's really clever. I mean, it works for that because like he's like living a life of servitude, but he's not happy about it.
And why should he be? Dobby's a
Right.
free elf. Sorry, wrong genre.
But yeah, I mean that's a good one. But yeah, but I think what Star Wars did though was, like you said, NGAIO, like created a world building where you really believe these robots of all kinds doing all these kind of services and tasks throughout the
Right.
galaxy in different ways for the Empire, for the Rebellion. They're just like they're a part of everyday life, like having a pet or an animal. But they really made that believable because Lucas presented this world where everything looks lived in and just dirty, and like that was kind of a new
Surprisingly
idea.
low tech, except for the things they used to kill you.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. But that's
well,
why
they're also functional. Different droids are made for different things,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
just
Right, yes, yeah.
pure logic that they would
Right.
end up being made for those things.
What did the mouse droid do?
Yeah.
Good
That's
question.
a good question.
Besides being scared by Chewbacca, yeah.
Well, that is
Oh,
a
yeah,
scary-
no, that's-
well, yeah, the
a
little
sentry
guy, but
maybe
he's-
of some sort?
he's-
No, but
he's on the Death
I've looked it
Star.
up at some point. Yeah,
It's like a maintenance robot goes
He
through
like
the tubes. or
delivers
whatever.
memos or something.
No,
I don't know.
all right.
Hey, there's something.
The mail robot.
Somebody knows. Somebody listening to this will know. Tell us, like they know.
I'm
there
sure,
is a-
yeah.
You know that there's a very specific function. It has a name and what it does. There's probably
Works on the plumbing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, we could have used him.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about Star Wars, do you guys know? Because I was trying to find a reference. Did the word droid come from before Star Wars? Because I don't remember the word droid. I know android, but just when
Didn't
they
he
were calling
copyright
droids.
that? Didn't Lucas copyright droid?
I think
think
that's
so.
a Lucas
Yes,
slang
so
It is.
term.
It is a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
term.
droids,
It's a
Yeah.
great
and it
term.
made total sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works really well.
They've
Yeah.
been around long enough. They're not androids anymore. They're droids.
Yeah, droids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Do you spell it
And
with an apostrophe?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Apostrophe droid, or is it just
Yeah.
droid?
Remembering
I think
the
it's just
Saturday
droid.
morning cartoon, I don't think it had an apostrophe.
Yeah, you're right. There
No,
was a
no.
right Droid Saturday morning animated show. That's right.
Yeah, that would
Wow.
be weird. It would just look weird in the title
On the
sequence.
page.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
No
they still,
droids.
but they still look kind of like robots. Like that's the thing about like Robby the Robot. I love 1950s robots because
Oh,
there's so many. I mean, you could
Space age.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
Atomic Age. I mean, you have
Right.
like
Nuts and bolts.
Googie robots.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tobor the Great is a really cool robot film.
That's a cool one. Yeah.
Great design. Target Earth. I think it's from Venus, Matt. Right? These robots
I
from
think so.
Venus invade a city, and they're just like these kind of boxy looking things, but they're scary and they kill people.
Strangely scary in the way
yeah,
that
yeah.
it's just this, they look kind of goofy, yet they've got this light up eye, and you never know when they're going to show up, because in Target Earth, most of the movie is just a couple of these people who have survived this initial invasion of these creatures. And you don't even really see them for quite a while, and then they show up, and it's like, whoa!
Yeah, yeah.
To make matters worse,
Right. Yeah, a lot of menacing robots. A fun one for me is a 3D film from the 50s called Gog.
oh yeah,
And it's
God.
like there's Gog and Magog. There's these two robots that work in an underground laboratory, and there's scientists working down there, and there's like a sabotage going on. Somehow somebody's using the robots to kill people, and it's cool. And that robot's very unhuman looking. It's kind of like a tripod looking thing with like a circular head, but it has like long clawed arms, and it goes around on wheels. It's really cool.
It sort of looks like a Mars probe in a way.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Robots should be a little distinctive all the time. I think it's weird when robots are too humanoid.
Well,
really?
Yeah, I want to make sure it's a machine, dude. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're getting
especially
into
these days. Yeah.
synthetics, right? Synthetics, like in Blade Runner, and
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Ash from Alien and Bishop from Aliens.
Right.
But see,
and replicants and
so
Terminators.
You're talking about the realistic looking human robot.
Mhm.
Okay. And you just threw out a bunch, but probably one of the scariest ones would be from Westworld.
Oh yeah. Yul Brynner.
Oh man. I
Sure.
love it. Yeah.
For listeners, if you haven't seen Westworld, again, maybe
The original.
The original
yes,
70s.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe dated for the 70s, but imagine you're going to an adult theme park in a way where they have these lands where you can interact with these realistic looking robots. They look like real people. And there's like a medieval land, and there's this western town. And so imagine you get to act like a cowboy, even if you're not in great shape, because the people who are programming the robots or droids, whatever, they do it in such a way that to always make you win. Now, what happens if one of the scariest robots, something happens to where the programming is altered, or something goes wrong, and instead of being a gunfighter that can't shoot you, all of a sudden can shoot you?
Yeah.
And Yul Brynner plays this terrifying robot, and he had done Magnificent Seven earlier,
And his costume is literally the same thing that he wears in the Magnificent Seven.
Right.
People
the
went
black
to see
hat,
the
everything.
film, and when people saw the film, it was, my God, it was like, it was so easy to believe Yul Brynner as that guy because we saw him in another movie.
And he's scary. He's super scary. I think that
Also,
movie
they
holds up
remove his
just
face
fine.
and you see all the circuitry. You're like, he is a killer robot.
Oh, in NGAIO, there's this convention that we go to called Monsterpalooza. And at Monsterpalooza, they have this museum. And at the museum, we've talked about this before, but somebody made a full-size Yul Brynner. Looks perfect. Looks exactly like him. And as you're looking at this thing, he's got the silver eyes, and then all of a sudden, his head starts to smoke, and his face comes off.
Yes.
Oh, that's
And I'm just
awesome.
like, that I want in my home.
That was state-of-the-art special effects in
It was
1975.
so,
Big time.
and what's so great is even when you looked at it closely, it was really hard to see the line around the face.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where
yeah. No, it was really well done.
Really
It was-
impressive.
I wish I remembered.
Did they sell a doll?
There's
Kind
like an
of.
official, like a
Not-
customized.
I have a bootleg action figure that someone
course you do.
made. Of course I do.
Of course you
Then
do.
of course I had to customize myself because they got a couple things wrong.
Do you even have room to sleep in your house, Matt?
You know,
We got to have a sleepover.
but I think we need to write a
Well,
letter
all right.
or give Dr. Migo a call because that is a toy that needs to be made.
The
Yeah,
Universe
sure.
Westwood.
Yul Brynner, what? You can't, you
Yeah.
know, come on. I'm sure
Yeah.
the estate.
But the
would
one
do
that they made, this
You got to do
custom
that
one,
for all his
actually is
fans
really
die
good.
off.
Yeah. And it's for a niche market too. Well, and then if we're talking about 70s robots, even though this isn't really a robot, I guess it would be more of a cyborg, but we've talked a million times about Box, Roscoe Lee Brown from
Yes!
Logan's Run.
Classic.
Yes.
Remember the ice robot from Logan's Run? Who
Yeah.
Right.
in the film, it's this supposed perfect society where you get everything you want, but
Renew!
the catches,
Renew!
yeah, right, renew. But you have to die at 30 and you have to go in carousel where people yell renew, and that doesn't help at all because you're going to
No,
die anyway.
you're gonna die
But-
anyway.
So people want to run and get away from this system. Logan and Jessica, they run and they wind up in this ice cave, and
That's
there
right.
is this amazing silver, but like also it's like made of
Chrome.
mirrors. Yeah,
Yes, it's
chrome.
like chrome.
Yes, it's really a very shiny silver robot who I guess is part human as well,
Oh, really?
called Box. And Box is an artist and will sculpt things out of ice and has all
That's
these
right.
ice
That's
sculptures
right.
everywhere.
That's right.
And there's a cutout scene in Logan's Run where Logan and Jessica, in return for him showing them the way out, they have to pose for him. And then
That's right.
he makes this ice sculpture of them embracing nude. And that was cut out. But
Really?
it's got to exist somewhere. But that robot is so cool. And that's another one where you go like, wow, of all the crazy things that people have recently made toys of, really obscure things, I'm surprised that one hasn't been made because it's such the perfect representative of 70s science fiction, groovy, like kind of look.
Yeah.
Sean, you didn't like that robot as much, did you?
Box?
Yeah.
He loves Box.
I love Box.
Well,
Who doesn't love Box, gentlemen?
Who doesn't love Box?
Larry, why
Come
do you think I didn't like it?
Because I listened to our last show and you thought that he wasn't very threatening and you didn't think he was that great. And
Until you realize he's like kind of nuts. Like Box obviously has a lot of time on his hands.
yeah,
He's like,
he does.
he's literally insane. That is scary and that is threatening. But no, I
Yeah.
love Box. Also, if you're talking Logan's Run, if you're talking androids, don't forget that they made a TV spin-off series of Logan's Run where Donald Moffat played the android Rem,
Rem,
who was a sidekick for Logan and Jessica as they try to find sanctuary.
Who's
So
more
they-
like Data, but displays more human-like emotions.
Yeah.
Whereas Box is just rolling around going, fish, plankton, sea greens, proteins from the sea.
Like he's literally insane. But I love that idea too, that he's just this robot, like he has nothing to do really. He's just like, oh, I'll make sculptures, and the runners come through there and like they think, oh, hi, and he just kills them.
Old crazy hermit artist
Yeah.
robot.
Well,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
freezes them though. He
Yeah,
freezes
I
them,
know.
right?
Well,
Yeah,
so I guess the explanation is he was there originally when they were getting fish and plankton and sea greens, and his thing
Right.
was, I'm going to freeze it. I'm the person who takes care of freezing all these foodstuffs for later.
Right.
And then the foodstuffs stopped coming, and he even says
Right.
it.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
stopped coming, and they came instead. And so I froze them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's his
And
prime order.
it's a shame they didn't make like a really cool box 70s little robot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not too late to do it.
Yeah,
It's not-
somebody still
we
might do
all-
it.
All you
we
need
all
is some
wish really
chrome.
hard. Kickstarter.
Well, I think we need to call Jason Lindsay of Biff Bang Pow Toys and see what he can do.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we need a bigger company
Box?
at this
Oh.
point. We need a bigger box.
You need a bigger box.
There was Marvel Comics had a robot. It never had a movie, but it had a toy. Was it like Rom or something like that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that
Rom
one?
the
It was like
Space Knight.
yeah, that was a robot, right? Or was
Yeah.
it an alien?
Beautifully designed.
I swear I had one when I was like 10, but I don't remember.
You
It looks
had
great.
one?
Dude, don't get me started.
Oh,
Oh.
I always wanted that.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
They
Mom,
were- yeah,
Dad,
yeah.
look. Oh, that's
Yeah.
too expensive.
I had
But
one of those. And I think I had a Shogun Warrior too.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh, those
Ah.
things.
What was
Twist
what
the
was
knife.
what
Twist
was
the knife, buddy?
I wish I still had them.
No.
what was the story? What was the backstory of Rom in the comics?
Yeah. Anyone know?
Because I think I heard that they've tried or attempting to maybe bring Rom into the films, into the MCU films too
Yeah.
at some
For
point.
real?
Oh,
I
okay.
heard that at some point, but yeah, because I know it was a pretty popular character. I just never really read that comic though.
You got
See,
it, Larry?
I thought he was a toy. No.
Oh.
This was part of that world where a toy was made, and because the toy was so cool and
Right.
expensive, and kids wanted the idea of we'll make a comic book out
Oh,
of
is that
Right.
true? So the toy came
That's
So it's
first?
my-
kind of backwards, right?
Ah,
That's my
yeah.
understanding. And for listeners out there, if you Google ROM, the Space Knight toy, it came out at a time where the electronic toys were coming in
Like
into
70s?
fashion.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
late 70s.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it was cool because it had a lot of batteries and it's supposed to do a lot of things. The little eyes light up and it
Yeah,
has like
yeah.
a little ray gun and stuff.
Yeah.
But the design of it was slightly alien and robot. It was
Kind of
really
round.
Yeah,
Very space age.
And it
I had one of
this-
those.
So you had one?
It's so
what
cool.
happened to it?
I got older, dude. Discovered girls. I've never really been like a collector. Like I play with my toys.
You gave it to a
Oh.
girl, or did you hide it?
I wouldn't be surprised, knowing me. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, if you like me, you can have it.
Oh man.
If only I had known that
Didn't.
Well,
I'd
let me
still-
tell
I'd still
you,
either have the girl or the toy.
if you have a functional ROM, the Space Knight with his box, I mean, he goes for quite a few bucks.
that's
Yeah.
got to be worth something. Yeah.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
There was a
Right.
toy that I had that was. Do you remember Major Matt Mason?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
So Major
No.
Matt Mason was the man from space. It was put out in the 60s and it mirrored the whole space race craze that was happening at the time. And
From
so Major Matt Mason, from Mattel, and it was this rubber figure with the wire inside, and he was an astronaut, and there was an alien that went with him, and there's a couple aliens actually, but then there was a robot that they made that was called Captain Laser. And
Oh yeah.
and I loved, and Captain Laser was one of these toys that I always wanted as a kid. I had the other ones, but I never got that one, and then got it as an adult. And as soon as I got one that was working and everything, I held it to my bosom and loved it. And but it was great. It had a gun, and then the gun, you had these different tips that you could put on it. That would be, one was like almost like a lightsaber, and one was like a radar dish, and it was really cool, and the chest lit up. I think as a toy, though, it wasn't really, Larry, I'm sure you could chime in here. It wasn't really that popular, right?
Well,
No,
it wasn't in scale with the Major Matt Mason
Because
characters.
it wasn't
right?
supposed to be with the Major Matt Mason line. It was brought in because it was a mold of a figure that they had. And the interesting thing about that, so Matt's talking, this is like 1966, 68, okay?
Right.
Well, what happened to that body? Do you know what happened to the body?
I do, yes.
Captain Laser?
Yeah.
It became the body for Battlestar Galactica guy. And
Yeah.
Oh.
the Cylon, the basic shape of it in the body, they used that same mold, with a different head and stuff.
And they
for
added
the-
some things, right? They added like a shoulder piece, but that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it still did the same kind of things.
Yeah.
But it looked weird because it was one of those toys, by that point, I'm at the place with my toy collecting where I would love it if the toys actually looked like what they're supposed to be, as opposed to, that's a cool toy and we made all these changes. And it didn't look like a Cylon. It had this weird dish that lit up in its chest, and I'm like, oh, that's Captain Laser. What game are you trying to play on me?
Sure, right.
This is something typical. Like a toy company will say, "Well, we got the mold for this.
Yeah.
We don't have to spend
Sure,
money on
sure.
recreating it. We'll just give it to these kids 10 years later." And this is something that all the big toy companies did. You know, the Hasbro, the Mattel, Galoob, they all did. You know, even
Who would win in a fight? A Cylon or a Dalek?
Ooh.
Ooh. Now,
Wow.
is a Dalek it's a robot, right?
They're
Dalek is more of a cyborg.
Oh, my bad.
No, but it absolutely fits in this.
It is a robot still, yeah.
Because as the whole Battlestar Galactica lore continued, we got the idea that they were a little bit more of an android than a robot.
Right.
And Daleks behave more like robots.
They really do.
Yeah, but that's a great
exterminate.
It seems like, especially the way that we know of Daleks now, where they can fly. If back in the day where they couldn't get upstairs, then I'm giving it to the Cylons.
Right. but they have like an organic brain in them, right, Matt?
Yes.
I mean, the Daleks.
That could also be. But it seemed like in Battlestar Galactica, all you had to do is just hit a Cylon anywhere and they would go down.
They were fragile and bad shots.
Unless you look at the rebooted Battlestar Galactica, because those Cylons were a lot more menacing, a little more agile and more formidable, I would say.
That's true.
You know, but Cylons are great. I mean, Cylons are a perfect example of after Star Wars. You know, the Star Wars craze continued where everybody made their version of Star Wars.
Yeah,
you have Buck Rogers, you have Tweaky.
That's right.
I love Tweaky. I'm sorry, NGAIO. Great.
NGAIO. Guess who has a life-size Tweaky and Dr. Theopolis in his home at this very moment?
Okay, the
Sean?
Tweaky, I understand.
I'm raising my hand. You have to have Dr. Theopolis as well. When you're working Dr. Theopolis, which talks and everything. It's awesome.
Now you could make that thing into a bong, couldn't you, Sean?
No,
you can make anything into a bong.
We've tried
with the right drill bits.
You know what I like?
Just get him to hold an apple.
For listeners out there, it's so great. James, back me up on this. When we go to Sean's house and you see Tweaky there's something really cool about seeing the life-size Tweaky. I expected to walk over and say, "Beep, hello, how are you?"
It's glorious.
Yeah.
It is impressive.
You like a drink? Beady.
Yeah, exactly.
My only thing about Dr. Theopolis is that he's got a Greek name, so why doesn't he have a Greek accent?
That's true.
Tweaky, walk over there, I told you. Walk over there.
I didn't think about that. Isn't he British? Is his voice British, Sean?
No, it's kind of
like
it's more HAL 9000-esque sounding.
But I love the thought process behind that too, because so it's like they went, okay, we've created this robot, but it's really an idiot. And so after the fact, they thought, let's create a better brain for it. But they couldn't be bothered with putting it in the first robot. They just hey, fuck it, we'll just hang the other robot.
You got it all wrong, Matt. The whole history be tied. Dr. Theopolis is one of several brain computers that run in New Chicago and Buck Rogers. But because they're all brains, they just are these discs. But so Tweaky is an ambiquad.
It's terrifying, by the way.
Wait, I'm sorry, an ambu what?
Tweaky is called an ambiquad. It's a robot that is designed and made to carry around the brains so that the brains are mobile. That's mainly what he's Tweaky is also designed to work in mines and do like labor, but they are also used to make the brains like Dr. Theopolis mobile and carry them around.
So they couldn't put it in a robot.
No.
It has to be a medallion.
That's too much.
So
that robot brain is too busy thinking to walk around.
That's right.
It's very Flavor Flav. I'm just saying. It's not a bad thing.
It was inspired by Flavor Flav.
They gave Tweaky enough brains to lust after Pamela Hensley.
Well,
sure. Or Aaron Gray, yes, of course.
Right.
And he does like to dance, though, right?
Because Buck is from the past, he has all these mannerisms and sayings, and that everybody's uptight in the future, but he's not. So by hanging around Buck a lot, Tweaky gets to be really cool, and he gets to say things like "Give me 5" and things like that. He learns from Buck to be cool.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Because everyone knows Gil Gerard was the coolest man on the
Yes.
planet.
He was.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, in that show, he
let me just
was.
tell- I thought he was really cool. I wanted to
Yeah,
be Gil
okay.
Gerard.
Hey, Princess Ardala thought he was cool, man. She kept trying
Fair
to get
enough.
him, man.
She did.
Well,
She tried
he's
to
the
get
new
out.
he's the new boy.
He's
in
the
the
Yeah,
new
town.
exactly,
guy, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You can only you can
The
only do
new
so much
flavor.
with Tiger, man. You gotta branch out a little bit.
He didn't really know her that well, so
Yeah.
she thought she had a chance. Word hadn't gotten out yet.
Right, right. But anyway, Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica. There are many other films and shows that were trying to ride the Star Wars bandwagon. Of course, a favorite movie amongst all of us is Star Crash, which is basically a shameless
Crash.
Italian kind of ripoff of Star Wars. There's a really bizarre Canadian Star Wars wannabe film called The Shape of Things to Come with
Oh my
Jack
God,
Palance.
that-
It's so cheap.
That
and
is
it's
so awful.
and the robots on that are really weird. They're R2-D2-esque, but not really. But they have the ability to kind of like disappear and reappear. Like it's
Whoa.
completely
That's so
ridiculous.
terrible.
Teleporting robots.
It's
That's where I draw the line.
But
Yeah,
Sean,
yeah.
really quickly, Star Crash. Okay, the robot in Star Crash. Okay,
Well,
so
there's several robots. I mean, Stella
Yeah.
Star, played by the lovely Carolyn Monroe. She's like
Not a robot.
she's like the heroine in the
Oh,
film.
yeah.
She's the sexy space hero in the film, and she has a sidekick robot who has kind of like a little bit of a southern drawl to him.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
space
that's-
policeman.
Yeah, but he's really cool looking robot actually, which by
Kind
the
of
way
a
was
conish
played
head.
by Carolyn Monroe's husband actually,
Ooh.
under that outfit. But also
so
there's
fun.
two cool robots. There's two stop motion robots who are
Yes.
like guard robots that have a duel with Marjo Gortner, which is awesome.
Wow.
So that has a lot of cool robots in it.
And
Did that-
the thing that we've talked about
Oh.
this before, the beautiful thing about Star Crash is it was at that time when we all wanted outer space.
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
Outer space. And when they threw this thing together, outer space had colorful, like almost like Christmas like stars.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And that was
Almost like
huge.
Christmas lights.
They did.
it was. Yeah.
Because they were Christmas lights,
But
Larry.
it's
They were Christmas lights.
lights.
If they're not
Stars.
Christmas lights,
No,
then,
no, no, no,
I'm
no.
going to
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
a lot of money.
Dude, it's so colorful and bright and happy. And when I look at that film, I say to myself, this is the Star Wars film I would have made, just with the spaceships and the,
Right.
the
What was the
Christmas
one that
lights.
Roger Corman made? Battle Beyond the Stars.
Out of the
Yeah.
other stars, yeah.
Yeah.
Was
I
there a
don't remember
robot? in that?
robots in. I don't remember. I don't think there was.
They're all the big.
Probably couldn't get it in the budget.
Was,
They made it in like a week.
Yeah, that was basically
Well,
the Magnificent
no.
Seven in space, but they're
Yeah.
all different races of aliens. I don't think
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
necessarily
They,
robots.
for a Corman film, they spent a little more money on that. And now
Yeah.
No, it was one of his
James
most expensive
Cameron
films.
worked on that.
Yeah,
That's
just
right.
the effects.
There's
That's
this,
right.
and there's this great story where Gail Ann Hurd was working on the film, and Roger Corman had asked her because I think she was working as like an assistant, and he says, "What's going on down there?" And she goes, "Well, no one really knows what they're doing except for this one guy named James." And
Wow.
he knew a lot about low budget
Yeah,
special
and that's-
effects,
And that's a fun film. That definitely is looks a lot better for the budget that it is. It's
But
Well,
no
and that's
robot.
Cameron.
It holds up.
That's
It was
that's
pretty
Cameron.
good song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
James
didn't
Cameron.
direct,
Yeah,
he
for
didn't
sure.
direct it. He worked on it in the
Right,
special
right.
effects.
He had a hand. He had a hand in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he did like wasn't he in charge of like the special effects
like
or
miniatures
yeah,
and
some
stuff like
of them.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, NGAIO, I know that you said that you've recently been going back to Star Trek, right? The original series?
All the series.
Oh, okay, great.
But yeah, the original and the Next Generation, and I just started Starfleet Academy. I'm not up on the Deep Space Nine, but
I think you'd like D6 9.
no, I remember liking it. I haven't watched it in so long. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Well, in the original series, one of my favorite episodes is The Changeling,
It's a great.
which
episode.
introduces
Oh.
Nomad,
That's
who
right.
is this space probe who crashes into an alien space probe and they merge. His programming gets all screwed up, so now his mission is to sterilize inferior life forms. And he gets
You
on
know.
the Enterprise, and
That's
he
how you end up with
somehow-
the Borg.
Well, right, yeah,
Exactly.
Which another great one for this. But yeah, so Nomad is on the ship, and he mistakes Kirk for his creator,
Oh,
who I
that's
guess
right.
his creator's name was Jackson Roy Kirk.
Roy Kirk, yeah.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Not
But,
a lot of
uh,
robots on Star Trek, really.
There were a few, but like there's
androids though. There's like
There-
androids.
The Android one with Harry Mudd is
there's
great.
Harvey Mudd.
had
Yeah, Harry Mudd.
Harry Mudd has the androids, and then there's what little girls are made of, right?
What are
That's-
little
that's
girls
Harvey
made of?
Mudd.
Right.
Harvey
No,
Mudd,
well-
Harry Mudd.
No, Sherry Jackson
Harry
was
Mudd.
the,
Harry Mudd.
Yeah, Harry Mudd. Sherry Jackson was the android girl in What Are Little Girls Made Of?
That's right. That's right.
Which Dr.
And by
Corby
the
who
way-
created all the androids.
Yeah.
Yes, and by the way, if there was one robot that like think fast, you have to have sex with a robot. Which one? It's definitely her.
It's not Daryl Hannah's robot from Blade Runner.
Oh,
No, if she go,
She'd kill you.
She'd kill
yeah,
us.
go.
What a way to go.
She scares me too much. But
Yeah.
go back to watch this episode when this woman comes out and the outfit that she's wearing.
Oh my gosh.
And the fact that this is on TV at the time, I remember as a kid going, what? And it just all of a sudden, just like this blossoming came from my loins. And I'm like,
Matt, I have a photograph and autograph from Sherry Jackson. She was at a Hollywood Collector Show, yeah, and she still looked amazing.
You just hear that collective nerd gasp, like, hold it up.
yeah, you
Well, it
hear that a
runs
lot around here.
It's all
sex
backlit.
with female robots sort of runs through the sci-fi genre.
Sure.
At least romance. I mean, Woody Allen said in Sleeper, are there female robots? Because the possibilities are limitless.
Right. That's right.
You get the prostitute robot in Westworld.
Yep.
Right.
Yes, yeah,
But I
right.
want to bring up, there's a lot of robots in Twilight Zone, but I want to bring up one of my favorite episodes. It's called The Lonely.
Oh yes.
It's a classic episode where Jack Warden is, he's convicted of murder, and they put him on a planet for 50 years, and he's all alone. And one of his captors, one of the prison guards, takes pity on him and delivers him a female robot for companionship. And she's played by Jean Marsh. And at first, he's so rejecting of her. He's so cynical. And little by little, he opens up to her and starts to actually fall in love with her.
Yeah, he makes her cry. And that's like the turning point.
Did she rust?
Well, see, that's the beautiful.
Good
That's the
question.
beautiful thing about that particular episode. She doesn't act like what you think an android or robot would act like,
Right.
and it's actually a beautiful and very touching
And
episode.
tragic.
Tragic.
Yeah.
And
Is she-
thought-provoking.
Is she
what-
programmed for 465 different styles of pleasure or whatever?
Well, that
Yeah,
we
well,
don't.
be-
we, they
being
didn't-
being the Twilight
All I
Zone
need
back
is one.
then-
That's the fan fiction.
yeah. But you kind of assume that's how it is. Like she's
Right, but they
made-
have an emotional bond that
Yeah.
it brings the ending to a really wrenching. It's one
Yeah,
of the
it
most
really is. It's
touching
great. It really is
Twilight Zone
well done.
episodes.
No,
Yeah.
it stabs you in the heart. And it makes sense, but yet at the same time, it just again, it's so
Yeah.
tragic.
I will say really quickly, Biff Bang Pow Toys did make a figure, Amigos
That's right.
figure,
Right.
It's on my
of
shelf.
her, which
Yep.
is just beautiful.
It's perfect.
Mine's still in the package, so
What's the name of
Those
that
mice.
episode again?
The Lonely.
All right, I'll look it up.
great.
Now,
great.
Now you got me excited.
If we're talking Rod Serling shows, the Night Gallery, one of my favorite episodes of that
yes.
show
Mm.
is called "You Can't Get Help Like That Anymore," and Cloris Leachman and Broderick Crawford are this wealthy sadistic couple, and they're constantly fucking with their robot servants, and they're abusing them. And their view of it is like, hey, they're not real. And so we can
Right.
be the assholes that we've always wanted to be and take out all our sadistic whims on these robots.
Mhm.
And one of the robots is Lana Wood. And Lana Wood, you could tell like they keep messing with her. And then Broderick Crawford comes on to her. And it's terrible. And finally, this android has had enough.
Yeah,
And
as
strikes
one
back.
does.
Yeah, and then it's got a weird epilogue that has to be seen to be believed. But I have a beautiful poster of the artwork of the painting from that.
Oh yes,
episode.
like a maid because she's like the robot maid.
yeah, broken maid
Yeah, it's
android,
great.
and it's
Can you-
it's signed by Lana Wood.
Is it
Nice.
possible to dehumanize a robot? They're already not human.
Yeah, that's the age-old question in science
Yeah.
fiction is, do they really have feelings? Even if they come off like they have feelings, are they just mimicking them?
Yeah.
A good example of that. My wife and I just yesterday watched again a movie that we really like from 2014, Ex Machina.
Ah.
And that
that
movie
was
is
good.
really cool because it's basically Oscar Isaac is this genius programmer. He's created AI and he's put it in this robotic body, and he brings this Domhnall Gleeson, his name is.
Yeah.
He's like the young kind of computer guy. He brings him to because he says he wants him to test this AI robot to see what does she have feelings? Does she But really, it's like he's testing him.
It's like a Turing test, but not.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is, and it's really great. And because it's Alicia Vikander plays the robot, and she's great, and it's just really thought provoking. It's really well done. It all takes place kind of in this one research compound where Oscar Isaac is, and it's like, how do you determine, is the robot really feeling emotions? Is it pretending to feel emotions? Is it just kind of like faking it? It's really interesting.
Are androids even ethical?
Yes.
Ethical?
Right? Shouldn't a robot look like a robot and act like a robot?
Well, that's
Fair
a good
question.
question. I mean,
I
don't
guess
you-
it-
I
guess
didn't
it's-
mean to make it all philosophical or whatnot, but
No,
it just
that's-
was.
I know, but
I smoke more
that's
weed
where
than you guys.
that's where a lot of these movies and TV shows, that's the territory that they go into,
Right.
which is that are they, are these people? There's an
Do
old
androids dream of
movie,
electric sleep?
Right.
Blade Runner. I mean, that's like a main theme of that film is,
Yeah.
is do
You ever read
these-
the story, the novella?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Me too. Yeah.
read
like
it
way
for the
back
first
in the day.
time ever, like 2 months ago.
It's interesting to see what they held on to and what they
Yeah.
adapted. So if we're talking all about, whether androids have feelings and all of that kind of stuff, there's a movie that I know that Sean knows of. I love it. It's super low budget and very basic in the way that it's shot, but I think it's actually pretty thought-provoking, and it's a film called The Creation of the Humanoids from
Yes.
1962. And I mean, it's got pretty much zero budget. It's filmed like it's a play.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's all about androids they start from, robots start off as being these things that are very basic and help you with your, with your housework and everything. And they get more and more sophisticated. And now they look like humans, but they have blue skin and these silver eyes. And there's this question, do they have rights? And there's a character in the film. Now, this is 1962, but there's a character in the film who is having a romantic relationship with one of them.
Yeah.
And it's very controversial in the story. And it's got a really neat twist ending. And I'm telling you, when you watch it, it seems like it's just the cheapest of cheap science fiction film. But I think it's way better than the money that they had to spend on it.
Yeah, it's quite compelling. You're right. It's a unique little movie, the kind of movie that you discovered like when you're late night TV. Like you're watching it as a kid. Like, what is this thing? It's
Right.
like from another world. It's fun.
Along those lines, there's Android from 1982.
Yes,
love that
Klaus
movie.
Kinski
that's a good one.
is on a spaceship building these androids, and you don't sympathize with him at all. You sympathize with the androids.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Well, it's impossible to sympathize with Klaus Kinski.
in anything,
pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much.
especially these days.
So with Blade Runner, though, I always wondered if a replicant, like Rachel, for instance, she's been given all the memories of growing up as a little girl, right? I mean, they're real memories. They're. I think isn't it Dr. Tyrell's daughter's memories or something?
Yeah.
Right. So they're actual memories, but does that make her then? Does that not count then?
No.
Like how?
It's all artificial. It's all a sham.
But from her point of view, if she was never told that she's replicating and that those aren't her memories, for all intent and purposes for herself, she's alive and she remembered and she had a life. It's just fascinating to me. It's like,
but what you just said there, so you said from her point of view, which is the
Exactly.
question, which is, does she even have a point of view, or is she
Right.
just imitating the
Right.
things that we've come to expect from someone with emotions and
yeah.
a human outlook on life?
Yeah. And with AI these days, like it's going to keep progressing to the point where how do you know the difference between if you're talking to AI or you're something that is being written that you're
Look at
looking
their
and
hands.
reading?
They never get the
Look
hands
at
right.
their hands. Look at their hands.
Right.
Well, and now you've got people having romantic relationships with Chat GPT.
All the time.
Yes.
All the
I
time.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
just read something about somebody, like there was a Chat GPT that some guy had committed suicide, and the AI was kind of like taking him through the steps, like to make it easy for him. Like it was like, it's nuts. It's like if you can't tell anymore the difference, that's scary.
Or that if you've been raised in a way where your life revolves all around your phone, and those relationships that you have online are more real than anything that you encounter in, quote unquote, real life, that I can see that happening more and more because people are going to become alienated. They have no idea how to interact with a real human.
Chat GPT is not going to nag you about the garbage and the dishes you left in the sink and the fact that your hair's in the shower drain. And you said you were going to fix the bathroom last week, and I'm sitting here.
Yeah, and until Alexa is going to start saying that. So, hey, don't forget to do the dishes.
Well, it's funny. All the robots.
Chat GPT never promised you sex if you do that thing that they've been waiting on you to do for 2 weeks.
Look, all the robots.
Chat GPT doesn't promise you sex; it delivers.
But all of these robots that we've been talking about, most of them are like, American for the most part, English speaking, but. Look, from Japan, we've got a lot of really cool robots that are a lot of fun, and these are the robots I like. Like from
Godzilla robots.
Well,
what about Goldar, Silvar, and Gam?
Fuck
yeah! From 1966.
Space Giants.
I remember as a kid watching Captain Cosmic and his Wonder Robot 2T2, and they would show Space Giants, and I had never seen it before.
Rest in peace to Bob Wilkins.
Yes. But it was so great because Goldar is this giant, beautiful gold robot with this giant antenna, big gold, mane kind of a thing. It's a gorgeous robot.
Yeah, very good.
His wife is Silvar.
And his wife.
Silver. Yes. And then
their silver robot.
Little kid, Gam, his little guy.
Gam,
kid
turns into a rocket.
Yeah.
Looked like a boy. Didn't he look like a schoolboy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wanted.
There's got to be a somewhere an audience for a boy who can turn into a rocket.
Look,
I'm sure there is.
I wanted to hang out with Gam. What's so cool is people go, "Whoa, what is this?" There's this boy who is given this special whistle that when you blow it 3 times, Goldar will appear, and there's this evil villain, Rodak, who's trying to conquer the Earth.
Yeah.
And so when this kid blows the whistle 3 times, Goldar will show up. But most of the time, he just blows it once. So Gam shows up because Gam is like his buddy, his little buddy.
They're homies.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Come over and play.
All want a friend who could turn into a rocket.
I
did.
It's not a requirement, but sure.
I have this beautiful tin toy metal wind-up that was made in the 90s of Goldar, and it's so cool. But believe it or not, they made soft vinyl toys of Goldar back in the 60s. And it was a very, very popular robot, back in the day, but maybe not as big as Mechagodzilla, right?
Well, but wait a minute. But see, around that time, though, I think Space Giants beat Ultraman to air. Like back when they first
think you're
premiered.
right.
Did they?
Yeah. And so that was like the kickoff of that golden age of Ultraman and Kamen Rider and everything. Yeah. But before that, you also had Astro Boy, who's a robot, who's Robot Pinocchio.
True.
Animated cartoon.
Yeah. And then you had Tetsujin 28 Go. That robot became Gigantor.
I believe
right.
so.
Oh.
And Tetsujin 28 Go's creator, Mitsuteru Yokoyama, then went on to create Giant Robo, or as it's known in the States, Johnny Sacco and his Flying Robot. But those series were the first series to ever feature a giant robot that is being controlled by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So a lot of these things got going around then, and then they just held on, especially in Japanese culture. There's a lot of connections between, a little boy and his robot friend.
Yeah.
Jaguar, for example, from Godzilla versus Megalon.
Well, and in '67, you had King Kong Escapes that introduced Mecha Kong, that came
Wow.
from
That's right,
the Rankin
love the
Bass
design
King
of
Kong
that.
TV show, and
Rankin
he
Bass.
predated Mechagodzilla by several years.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Finally,
also,
Toho had the idea, well, let's just do a Mechagodzilla too. And Mechagodzilla is one of the most popular kaiju now in fandom.
That's
but
true.
even predating both Mecha Kong and Mechagodzilla was Mogera from the Mysterians.
Right.
Oh, is that right? Really?
That Mogera, it was such an odd, bizarre looking giant robot. It's kind of like a bird maybe, but it's like big and bulky. It's so strange.
It is very
It's
strange.
great. It's like, it's just when you see like, what
Very
is
unique.
that thing? It looks completely alien. I love it.
It's got
And
like
then
a conical beak that seems to be for drilling or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Really cool.
Yeah. Cut to the later Godzilla films from the Heisei period, and you get to Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. The movie starts off with a regular King Ghidorah, but that King Ghidorah turns into a Mecha King Ghidorah, which
As one does.
As one does. You know, it's just the life cycle. And
It's like the evolution of a Pokemon.
yeah, you know, we've all been there. And that one's more of a cyborg because it's part of it is still the original King Ghidorah, but other parts are mechanical. And although that movie is super ridiculous, I do love it for so many reasons, and Mecha King Ghidorah is one of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, hats off to the Toho writer who decided, like, first of all, King Ghidorah already is one of the coolest kaiju ever created.
Yeah.
The idea to make him into like a half cyborg robot Ghidorah is just fucking awesome.
Pretty neat, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a great fight too at the end of that movie where you get that.
You know, we've got the vinyls of all of these kaiju, but the one that I really want that nobody has made is the vinyl of Mecha Streisand.
Mecha Streisand.
Somebody make
South Park, right?
South Park.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's awesome. You're right. Somebody's gonna make a custom of that.
I think it was like a first season episode of South Park, and it cemented them as geniuses.
That's right.
You know what?
Right.
Ken Daly's got that 3D printer.
3D printer.
You never know.
Ooh, Ken.
Right.
You'd really want that figure, James?
Are you kidding?
No.
Maybe I'll make my own. I want it that badly.
I don't want that figure.
Oh,
but
you're a
he's
purist.
not. But see, James is not you, Larry.
Yeah.
That's right. We're all different.
He likes
You understand
different
that, Larry?
things.
Yes,
All
I
different.
know. Sometimes
See,
I think it's
he
wrong.
enjoys the comedy of it because it's a comedy.
Yeah. It's a parody.
What shelf would you put that on?
The Mecha Streisand shelf.
Whatever
it would get its own space.
whatever shelf he wants, Larry.
But then
I would have Mecha Streisand battling all the other kaiju. Why not?
All right, who would win in a fight? Mecha Streisand or Mecha Gojira?
Thank you. Go.
Or Mecha King Ghidorah?
Right.
A Mecha King Ghidorah.
Yeah, Mecha King Ghidorah. But if Mecha Streisand was pissed off enough,
Yeah.
all bets are off.
See, my money's on Mecha Streisand because the reports of Streisand when she's pissed, forget it.
And
Don't rain on her parade.
And she's putting together a final concert tour, I believe.
Wow. I would pay
Right.
money. I saw Barry Manilow a couple years ago. He was great.
Really?
I bet he was
Yeah.
great.
I was the youngest, darkest person in the audience.
Where's Mecha Barry Manilow?
Right.
He's coming.
5 more years. we almost have the technology.
Yeah, the work that he's
Mecha
had
Lecca
done
High, Mecha High.
obviously is going in that direction. Yeah.
Right.
Here's a figure that I want. I want a figure of Mr. Ring from the Night Stalker.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Very Westworld-esque. You know,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
faceplate. Yeah.
With Kolchak the Night Stalker, they were going through all these supernatural villains, you know, monsters, and there were a couple science fiction ones, and there's one where it involves an alien, but then, as far as I know, the only other sci-fi one was this, and it's an android, android
it's a good
running
episode
amok.
too. Yeah, and
It is good, yeah.
It's creepy too because he wants to be human, so he makes like a clay face of himself, and it's just
That's
really
right,
bizarre.
yeah.
And guest starring Julie Adams in that episode too.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And Gaia, have you ever seen the Quester tapes?
The Quester tapes.
On my list too.
No. What are the Quester tapes?
So this was a pilot that was
All
made
right.
by Gene Roddenberry.
Oh, you have my
And
attention.
The intention was to make it into a series, but it's
Yes, of
about
course.
this android portrayed by Robert Foxworth. His creator goes missing, and this robot is half done. They've half completed him.
All right.
And he, on his own, he has enough of his memory tapes to complete himself.
Wow.
And he adds a nose and realistic hair and makes him look like Robert Foxworth.
Of
and
course.
Escapes. And then what's the actor from MASH who he partners with?
Michael Farrell.
Mike Farrell.
Mike Farrell.
Mike Farrell.
BJ Honeycutt.
Yes,
Yep.
BJ Honeycutt, right. So they're on this quest to look for his creator. And on the way, they go to Vegas and they need money. So he's able to, through his computer brain, figure out how to win at everything.
Of course.
And at one point, some faulty dice are introduced to the game, and he's able to make them right again by crushing them in his hand and stuff like that. It's a ton of fun.
It would have made a good
been a good
too.
series.
It was.
Would it have been better than Holmes and Yo-Yo?
John
No.
Shuck.
John Shuck.
John Shuck.
John
Holmes
Shuck.
and Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
1976 cop show, right? Yo-Yo
Yes.
was the robot.
Yeah.
Holmes
Yeah.
is the
Oh, I
detective.
remember
It
that.
didn't last long.
13
Canceled
episodes.
in episode
and
5.
actually, soon after that, they made one that was like the same exact premise but serious, called Future Cop. It was the same
that's
show.
right.
And it was Ernest Borgnine, and his sidekick was a robot cop, but it was done straight as opposed to wacky like Holmes and Yo-Yo. Both series only lasted like half a season.
Yeah.
Next time they'll have to do a dramedy.
Yes, exactly.
There's a Japanese show called Robot Detective K.
Oh yeah.
It's better than you would think it would be because
Is it better than Holmes and Yo-Yo, Matt? Be honest.
it is certainly more serious.
But doesn't
More
have John Shuck.
realistic. Yeah.
No.
But it's this robot that it's like they threw an android into your standard cop situation where
Yeah.
the robot is introduced and no one wants to work with the robot, but then the robot is able to solve some crimes, and the gruff police captain is slowly starting to like him, and
And he's wearing like
Yeah.
a blazer and a cap.
Like a beret or something.
Beret.
Yeah.
yeah, when he's trying to be incognito, he wears a beret and a little,
To fit in.
70s jacket with white
Yeah.
pants and
Cigarette
no one would
holder.
ever-
No, I don't-
no one would recognize him. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great show though. That's a lot of fun.
Well, what about, do you guys remember this on Saturday morning from 1975-76, The Lost Saucer?
Where are we going in the lost saucer?
Jim
Where are we
Neighbors,
going?
and Ruth
Buzzy.
were
Yep.
robots. And
Yes,
they
I do
both
remember
had
that.
these really
That's right.
cool
They were
costumes.
robots.
Yeah.
They had these great costumes. It was like their head was their head, so they could talk like a human.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they had these robot bodies that had all these cool lights. And remember,
I
they
agree.
had their alien pet, the Doors, which was half dog, half horse. Do you remember?
That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
they had to like, then they like,
That's
they,
Sid and Marty Croft, yeah?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And
That's
then
correct.
they like run out
Season.
of energy, so they had to plug themselves in to like
Yes.
recharge their batteries or something.
Yes, and Ruth Buzzy was more, believe it or not, was more of the straight person.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, she had fun
Well,
stuff, but Jim
that
Neighbors
explains
was
a lot.
always wow, the bad baby, that kind of thing. But it was a little,
yeah, they were Fee and Fum.
yes,
That's
yes,
right.
and-
Wow.
Yes, and
Oh.
I remember I wanted to like it as a kid, and I thought, you guys aren't taking this seriously, and I was a little irritated. But
Well,
I could
Saying the creators of Sigmund and the Sea Monsters.
which
Correct.
I did
Didn't-
Yes,
like.
that's
There's
right.
no
Didn't take it
robot
serious
in
enough.
it, though.
Well, if you're
I'm just
talking
saying.
live action Saturday morning shows, then you had Space Academy, which had Peepo, the
Peepo,
robot,
Peepo.
which was kind of like a Twiggy / R2-D2 robot. And then
Yeah.
there was the
Right.
spin-off. The spin-off of Space Academy was Jason of Star Command,
Yes.
and that had a tiny little like wind-up robot,
Wind up.
Wiki, and he kind of floated around. And
He would fly around. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what,
yeah, it's
Sean,
like a little
I swear
toy.
to God, I believe the whole point of that was to sell that as a toy.
which is
Sure,
funny though
like-
because they never made toys of either.
They
No,
never made
but
toys.
or
going
Wiki.
back to Peepo though, he looked kind of toy like a large size.
Well, it was-
Right, too.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a robot called Sir Galaxy, which kind of looks
Oh
like
yeah.
Sir Galaxy has more of a round head. It's kind of like, hey, it's like an 80s, it's the new future 80s robot.
It's just crazy that
Sir
they made-
Galaxy was my funk name.
Ah,
But it's stranger that they actually made action figures for Space Academy of all the human characters, but why wouldn't they make the robot? That's the one everybody wanted. It's really weird.
Exactly. And even though that was Lost Saucer was pre-Star Wars, but still the whole idea of this flying saucer in outer space. I mean, I liked that as a kid. Even pre-Star Wars.
And they were on different planets and stuff all the time, right? Because they were trying to get back home or whatever.
They're trying. Because they had like human sidekicks.
They had the kids. They kidnapped these kids.
Pretty much.
They're lost in space.
No, they kidnapped
a baby.
Hey, listen, don't get into a strange fucking flying saucer with Ruth Buzzy and Jim Neighbors. The fuck? I mean, Gen X is feral, but goddamn, dude, like have some self-awareness. This is before you would show up on a milk carton too.
That's right.
You would just be lost.
It was a different time.
It certainly was.
And it fell in that category where it was very low budget. So the flying saucer, it's on a different planet, but each of the planets look exactly the same.
It's the same set every time.
Well, what about comic book robots? Because NGAIO and I were talking about various different comic book robots.
The Metal Men?
Metal Men, yes.
What's Metal Men?
I love the Metal Men.
They were a DC comic book, and they were all different metals. Like there was lead and mercury. And
were they like a team?
There was 5 of them, 5 like robot androids.
Yeah,
and they had different powers.
Was this like 70s comic?
Oh yeah, you probably catch them fucking around with the Doom Patrol.
All their personalities reflected what they were made of. So gold was the leader.
Yep.
Iron was the strong man. Lead was the dumb one. Mercury was hot-headed. And then there was insecure tin. But there was also Platinum, who was also called Tina, who
she
believed she thought she was a real woman and was in love with their creator.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this sounds.
Dr. Will Magnus.
Why hasn't James Gunn turned this into a movie? I mean, that sounds cool.
Well, is that the same as Magus Robot Fighter?
No,
that's different.
No,
because that was cool too.
I love the covers of all those. Because it always had an action scene of a dude fighting these giant robots. Or
Magnus had the crazy robot kung fu, dog. He could knock a robot on his ass in a minute. He had the metal bands on his hand. Right? He had like metal bands around his knuckles, and he would kung fu he would crush those fools.
I don't know that comic.
I don't know how long that comic lasted.
Was that Golden Key? It was like an old. It wasn't DC or Marvel. No. That's how good it was. It didn't have to be one of the major guys.
Gold Key put out some interesting stuff, though. I mean,
did they also do like Phantom and?
I think that was Dell.
Dell? I think
not the Spirit.
The Spirit that's DC, isn't it?
They did like a lot of the Boris Karloff's Tales of Mystery,
and the Twilight Zone.
That's right. Zone and that kind of stuff too.
I think they did some historical shit too.
Oh one robot I gotta throw out there because I'm still waiting for the cool action figure of this robot. And yes, the movie's flawed, but I still love it because it's so weird and bizarre. And that's Saturn III. The robot Hector. Hector, which is this weird looking kind of. It's I don't know how to it's kind of a humanoid, but doesn't really have a head yet because it just has these eyes, and it's basically Kirk Douglas and Farrah Fawcett of all people.
Oh my God,
are on this moon of Saturn.
It's pretty terrible.
But it's fascinating, though. I'm telling you, watch it. It's fun. It's got Harvey Keitel, who's the bad guy. He's created this robot, and he wants to take control of. He wants Farrah for himself and everything.
Farrah,
but he's created this robot called Hector. It's from the Demigod series. Hector's supposed to perform all these duties, but Harvey Keitel plugs like his own brain. He connects his own brain to Hector, so Hector kind of has his thought and brain patterns of Harvey Keitel, but because Harvey Keitel is insane and lusts after Farrah Fawcett, now the robot starts doing the same thing. So it's like Kirk Douglas has to battle the robot, and it's bizarre and weird, but
it's pretty fucking awful.
But
it's so awful. Stylistically, it has some.
Visually,
the robot is the best part of it. But
what was the movie? I don't know if it counts as a robot or just like an AI. Proteus, I think Golden Seed or Golden Seed.
Demon Seed. That's a great movie.
Julie Christie.
I love that movie. Yeah.
It's kind of like a computer
Well, it's a computer that.
It's like you let Apple run your house and shit goes wrong.
Yeah. Well, basically, Proteus.
It's Alexa goes bananas.
Yeah. Imagine if Alexa got you pregnant.
Right.
Basically, Proteus wants to have sex and have a baby with Julie.
Who wouldn't?
Julie Christie.
Julie Christie's, And but the voice is, but Robert Vaughn does the voice too of Proteus.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that was a good movie. That movie scared me when I was a kid.
Yes,
it is scary.
Yeah.
And it's freaky.
To this day, I don't have an Alexa in my house. I can't.
I'm with you.
It's funny because you think that people, I'm so used to Alexa. Well, what if you had Alexa? It's not just this tube thing, but if all of a sudden it's all around your house with various arms and legs or things and doing stuff for you. And what if it were to take control of you?
It's
the house.
It's super scary. So just getting back a little bit to comics, I know someone said Doom Patrol, mentioned Doom Patrol.
Yes.
Robot Man series. That
he was great. Cliff
Steele.
Cliff Steele.
Cliff Steele, played by Brendan Fraser. He's the voice.
Yeah.
And he's terrific. I feel like that was in that whole time when Brendan Fraser was getting his mojo back.
He's technically I've followed Doom Patrol since a long time.
It's a great comic. It's
a great comic book. He's essentially a cyborg though, because he's a human brain in a robot body. So he's up there with like Deathlock and
exactly. Deathlock, another one is fantastic.
And Cyborg. I guess Robot Man was Cyborg before Cyborg.
Sure.
That's right. Yeah.
Matt, is the Doom Patrol, how many seasons was that show? Was it a few?
I want to say
2, 3.
Like
did it
at least 3? I know I thought it might be 4, but
did it actually finish its run? Did it have an ending, or was it? Because you've told me about that show. It's been on our list to watch. We just haven't watched it yet.
It's good. I thought it was stronger in the beginning, but I think it's watching.
I concur.
Thing, it is very interesting, and it's so
extremely surreal. You have to be in the Grant Morrison mind frame.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I actually prefer that version of Cyborg to, say, the Justice League one.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And then there's the Vision, of course.
Oh yeah.
Vision's he's just a straight robot.
He's a straight robot.
You're right. I guess you're right.
Ultron too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
But not as lovable.
Robocop's an android.
Robocop. Whoa.
Vision's pretty lovable. Yeah. Somebody loves the Vision.
Yeah.
Wanda almost destroyed the whole universe behind his ass, so somebody loved him.
Yes, but that's true. I'd say he's not as lovable as Robby the robot.
Who is
different kind of love?
Yes, for sure.
Anybody that gives me unlimited booze.
That's right.
Feed my addiction.
Well, guys, I tell you, we've talked about so many robots. This is absolutely amazing, and this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
but we barely touched on.
I know we scratched the surface.
Robots that are out there.
What do you say we do a little quick lightning round? Why don't you throw out a few robots, just
lightning
some
round
names or something? Okay.
Yeah.
NGAIO.
Well, we didn't even talk about Robocop. We just mentioned him in passing.
Yeah, another tragic character. Yeah, I guess you would call that's more of a cyborg too, but
he's a cyborg
for sure.
But he's more robot than cyborg because I feel like the human part of him.
Yeah, he had to overcome the robot programming.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, that's a great one. I love that movie. The original is still fantastic. The Verhoeven.
Yep, absolutely.
James, you got some robots?
Well, we have the fembots from Austin Powers.
That's right.
I guess a takeoff from the $6 Million Man, right?
That's right.
$6 Million Man, Cyborg. $6 million Cyborg.
Well, especially because the book it was based on was called Cyborg, I believe.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, so and
literally
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Robot Bigfoot.
Who didn't want that toy?
We got.
Wait a minute. The Sasquatch on $6 Million Man was a robot?
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
I must have missed that episode. That show's only 50 years old. I think everybody will be okay.
Of course, Haley Joel Osment and Steven Spielberg's AI.
That's right.
Pinocchio.
Sure.
Right.
We've got Short Circuit, Johnny Five, which everybody involved in that movie knew better.
Yeah.
The Five is still alive.
Oh, man, that was so painful. And I know that this character has a lot of love, but when Ray Harryhausen made Clash of the Titans, I thought Bubo was just because they felt like they had to throw in a robot because of Star Wars popularity at the time.
Was that the owl?
Yes.
Was that the robot owl?
Yeah.
You didn't like Bubo?
Yeah.
I didn't love
At the
Clash of the
time,
Titans.
yeah, but I've grown to love Bubo though.
After the fact, I like
now
him.
I have nostalgic love for Bubo. Back then, I was hating Bubo because this does not belong in this story. And then finally,
I'm with you.
I mentioned Sleeper before, and we've talked about this. If anybody, I can't do it because I'm not the body type, but if anybody ever cosplays as Woody Allen's robot in Sleeper, will have my undying love and loyalty.
That's cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sean? Okay, we have to mention HAL 9000, of course.
Right.
2001. Yes, computer, but also, it's a computer, but
more than a robot.
Is it, You think so? I mean, I guess I guess. Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
AI though. I mean, it's adjacent.
Yeah. A favorite giant monster or giant robot from the 50s of mine is Kronos, which is like this giant kind of like square giant robot that just starts demolishing the earth. I love it.
Doesn't it have these like pillar things that smack into the ground?
Yeah.
And some of it was done with animation. Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Very different kind of a monster for the time. More modern day, of course, Iron Giant, classic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Classic.
Great movie.
I love the robot in Zathura. Great classic robot in that one where he kind of goes on the rampage. And the robots in the new Superman film. I love the Kryptonian robots.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool. I love those.
Oh, yeah. They guard the Fortress of Solitude. Number 4.
Alan Tudyk again. Gary.
Alan Tudyk.
Right.
Giving great voice acting.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention, we didn't even get into synthetics from the Alien franchise.
Well, that's for another show. We'll do our synthetic
but that is...
We didn't even get into the Terminator.
There you go.
We mentioned them, but we didn't get into the
we didn't get into them.
No, that's like a whole nother episode. Yeah.
The 600 models were easy. They had rubber teeth or rubber skin and big teeth or whatever.
But so great. I mean, I still love that endoskeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's classic. It really
the first one's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
Matt, you got some robots?
Well, there's one of the most annoying robots of all time, Chappie from the movie Chappie.
I memory hold that robot.
Yeah. He loves to say his name again. Chappie does this. Chappie like.
What's disappointing about that movie, but the effects are so good. That's why it's so frustrating because you really believe that they're. I mean, that robot was so realistic.
Yeah, you probably also liked Avatar.
Don't get
them started on that.
Starting to fight. We don't have time for this.
Everybody likes that movie. So.
Avatar is a triggering word here on Monster.
It is.
So let's just move on.
Right, 3 of the 4 of us, it's a trigger word.
Okay.
I understand.
Gigan from the Godzilla series.
Weird.
I love that monster so much. And there was the original design, and then when they did Final Wars, they updated the character, and that is the best part of that movie.
Yes.
And then I would also like to throw in, there's an Ultraman. Actually, it's Ultra 7 has a robot nemesis called King Joe. Check it out. Really great name and a great robot. From the world of serials, the Phantom Creeps robot.
I'm glad you mentioned it. Yes.
It serves Dr. Zorka. And it really is one of the quintessential 1930s design.
Like a scowling, almost like tiki face to it almost.
It is. It's like a tiki face. Yeah. So, there you go.
Wait, what was that show? Okay, so Space Ghost. There was a super team on that show. And didn't they have like a Space Frankenstein?
Frankenstein Jr.
Frankenstein Jr.
Sean, what's your issue with Frankenstein Jr.?
So Frankenstein Jr. is this giant robot that this kid controls, much like Johnny Sacco and his flying robot. But for some reason, the design of Frankenstein Jr. it's a robot, remember? But for some reason, it's designed to look like Frankenstein's monster. And he wears a cape and a little bandit mask. And he's a giant robot.
He's got to hide his identity.
He's got
a lot of loved ones.
And he's got tailored beat up clothes.
It makes no sense at all.
But by the way, Frankenstein, the Frankenstein monster.
Well, of course, the golem too. I mean, those are classic.
Those are.
Are those technically robots? Are they androids?
I would
I
put
think you're
that.
pushing it, buddy.
No,
Golem is a robot. Golem is an artificial.
I think a golem is more of like a zombie or a
I,
lich.
you know what?
Mud and dirt.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
NGAIO,
I mean,
it's supernatural.
it's supernatural. It's not scientific.
What about Doc Ock?
Doc Ock is a cyborg.
Yeah.
No, he's just a super villain who has
But they're attached to his
mechanical
body, aren't they?
tentacles.
No, yeah,
They attached?
you're right. He has a mental link with his arms.
Yeah.
So
he's a cyborg.
But he's still
have
fully human.
an artificial intelligence in a
Yeah.
way.
But I would say that's a human using a robotic artificial intelligence weapon.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like it though.
Yeah.
That's a good argument.
Wow.
Jocasta. Remember her from the Avengers? She was straight robot. Her and Vision dated for a while in the 80s.
I remember
She was
that.
like a silver robot. Jocasta. Look it up.
Really?
Jocasta.
Oh, okay. I gotta look that one up.
Deep in the crates at this point.
I will have to write that one down. All this talk about robots, we started with Robby the robot. I'm sure our listeners and you guys are wondering, whatever happened to Robby the robot?
That's right.
Well, just really quickly, in 1971, he was sold at the famous MGM auction. And he was sold to Movie World Cars and Star Museum that was near Disneyland. And he was in really bad shape because he had been in so many films and stuff. And Fred Barton was hired to fix him and to make him more in nice shape. And that's where Fred was able to get the molds for a lot of the parts and pieces for Robby the robot. Mm-hmm. Well, that museum closed back in 1980, and it was sold to film director William Malone, who gave us such films as Scared to Death with the Sinjanor and House on Haunted Hill. And he is such a huge fan of Forbidden Planet. He has a lot of pieces, like he has some costumes and the Krell panel, power panel, and some of the some of the fence posts that power the electricity things. And he held on to it for a long time. And not too long ago, on November 21st in 2017, he finally auctioned off Robby the robot. It was sold by Bonhams. And at the time, it was the most expensive prop/costume ever sold. It sold for $5,375,000.
Wow.
I had to turn my mic back on. How much?
$5,375,000.
Wow.
But
I mean, the whole movie Forbidden Planet was
now in a museum where
Yeah.
he can be seen by the general public.
Should be in the Smithsonian. Hang it in the Louvre.
That record held until December 2024, when a pair of ruby slippers worn by Judy Garland sold for over $32 million. So there was a time when Robby was it. Robby was the most expensive
I hope they put the slippers on the robot.
Yeah, really.
You have to let him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has.
NGAIO,
Thank you so much.
so much for being
Thank
with
you.
us tonight.
Yeah, this has been awesome.
I had a blast. Love to come back.
It's been
Maybe, in less than 13 years.
You got it.
We do another
12 and a half. I draw the line.
Now, if our listeners wanted to see some of the stuff that you've done, or is there a website that they could check out?
Yeah, what do you got coming up?
Probably. You can find me on all the social media. NGAIO 420. That's on X and Instagram and Snapchat, and I'm easy to spot on Facebook. I'm the third most popular NGAIO on the planet. I also have a Patreon too, so you can come check that out. And, any day I'll start posting shit on it, but it's only like a buck to join, so don't be afraid.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what do you say we raise our glasses and give a toast to NGAIO BEALUM and
Huzzah.
Robots Rebooted. Booze.
Time for a listener shout out.
Shout out. Crush, kill, shout out.
Matt, take it away.
Well, I think that it is very important that we give a shout out to a friend and longtime listener, Ricky Caswell.
Ricky!
Ricky.
Ricky.
Ricky's great, and he's going through a tough time with some kidney problems that have led him to being repeatedly hospitalized. I mean, he had to spend the holidays in the hospital, which, I mean, that's really rough.
Yes.
Considering he had to endure all the moaning of the people who had been poisoned by fruitcake. So,
Right.
That's tough. But Ricky is such a great guy and just a longtime supporter of Monster Party. So please, all you Monster Partiers out there, send out all the good vibes you have to Ricky, and let's use the power of the Force to get him well. We love you, Ricky.
Love you, Ricky.
Hope you're feeling better soon, Ricky. Hang in there.
Yes. And I think we also need to give a shout out to another great friend of Monster Party, special effects wizard Ed Martinez.
Martinez.
See, Ed has a great short on his Ed Martinez YouTube channel called 2001, The Future's Not What It Used to Be. Now, this is it's fantastic. It's a 2001 Space Odyssey parody that was written by an old stand-up pal of mine named Brian Leonard. And Brian also plays the Moonwatcher ape character in the film.
Oh, did he?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah. And Ed did the makeup.
Yes.
And Larry, you've seen it.
I did.
Really funny.
Yes.
And it's really well made too. Like it's the production value is
right?
incredible.
It was made for a company.
Yes,
right?
that's right. Yes, yeah. But it's a must see. So I say check it out.
And Ed, by the way, did effects for a really great 80s horror film that I love, which I have on DVD called The Dead Pit. If people haven't seen it, check it out. It's this crazy 1989 film. It's this like amnesiac patient, this woman who arrives at the psychiatric hospital, and somehow there's this crazy, evil, like undead mad doctor doing experiments. It's great. And it's got like zombies. It's got the villain has glowing red eyes, really cool effects. And also this movie was kind of a popular film in the day of VHS because this is one of those video boxes which had like the special LED eyes that lit up on the box.
Right.
One of the zombie characters in the front. So it was very memorable. It was very clever, and it really got you to want to watch the movie. But it's actually it's very colorful. It's very 80s kind of gonzo horror style film, and Ed worked on the effects, which are great. So check out The Dead Pit if you get a chance.
Well, but yes, check it out. But also check it out there's a scene in the film that has some pretty vicious eye horror.
That's true. That's
not
right.
for you, James. Not for you.
Speaking of like our latest Eyes episode, you're right. Yes. Yeah. Check it out.
Great job, Ed.
Well, it's time to remind everyone that Monster Party merch is still available on our eBay store, which is, you guessed it, Monster Party Store, or you can just go on eBay and type in Monster Party Podcast. And what will you see? Well, you'll see the Monster Party logo t-shirt. You'll see the Monster Party Kaiju t-shirt designed by Derek Robertson. You'll see the Monster Party PPE cloth mask, the Monster Party shot glass, and the legendary Monster Party baseball cap. And if you order our merch and also happen to be a Patreon supporter, we will throw in free surprise goodies courtesy of our good friends Jason Lindsay at Biff Bang Pow Toys and foam fabber extraordinaire Ted Haynes.
Two men who, despite their artificiality, come off incredibly lifelike.
And speaking of Monster Party merch, please check out our TeePublic site. All those cool logos and designs that James was just talking about, you can get them on shirts. You can get them on mugs, on tote bags, on phone covers. We get all kinds of cool, unique Monster Party-ish designs and artwork that I think you guys would love. So check it out. TeePublic, Monster Party.
Woohoo!
Now, this Patreon thing, I almost feel like an android whose memory has been erased because for the life of me, I cannot remember what this Patreon thing is all about. Can someone please refresh my memory?
Well, if you turned out to be an android, it would explain a lot of things. But
sure would.
Yes. All right. Well, unlike how Robby the robot irresponsibly enables the alcoholics of the future, Patreon enables the folks out there who are drunk on Monster Party by providing them with 200 proof Monster Party bonus content. Now we're talking stuff like our special audio episodes, shows like Monster Party Masterpieces, Monster Party on the Road, and the mega popular Toy Time series.
Toy time!
Toy time! Toy time! We also have our legendary Japan trip video diary, behind the scenes convention footage, and vintage sci-fi and horror fiction edited by our resident Lyskarian, John Bordeaux, and more.
Well, Matt, that definitely computes. But I got to say, after this episode, I'm putting all my money behind a custom Mecha Streisand figure. So I don't know if I can afford this wealth of entertainment. How much does it cost?
Okay. So for the price you'd pay for fish and plankton, sea greens are extra, you could become a Monster Party patron. And that price is $5. $5 a month.
Pretty good. You can't cosplay as Boobo for that price.
Oh, now you got my brain going. How would you do that? It would be heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm sold. How do I join?
Well, all you have to do is you go to patreon.com, you go to Monster Party, you click join, you follow the instructions, and next thing you know, you'll be as happy as Larry Stroth's brain in its brand new wind-up tin toy robot body.
Yeah.
And speaking of tin toy wind-up bodies, we are on social media. We are on Facebook at Monster Party TV, YouTube at Monster Party TV. We are on Instagram, Monster Party HQ. Also, Blue Sky, Monster Party HQ, X, formerly Twitter, at Monster Party HQ. And wherever you're listening to us, please take a moment, send us your thoughts, write us a review. We will read it on the air. We really want to know your thoughts.
And we won't just read your review. We'll cut it up and throw the pieces on the floor to distract our Roomba, who has broken its programming and gone on a killing spree. And then we can make our escape. On that note, I am Matt Weinhold.
I'm Shawn Sheridan.
I'm Larry Stroth.
And I'm James Gonis.
Keep America strong!
And watch anything with robots, androids, and cyborgs.
And if Jim Neighbors offers you a ride in his flying saucer, just blow your space giant's whistle.
Shazam! And Gaia, just to let you know, everything in my house has decided to break down all at once.
Yes.
It started with my plumbing.
Nice.
And then it just kind of went out from there. And now the cat walked over the screen of my computer, broke it. We had insurance for that, except the problem is that the one thing they don't cover is an animal walking across the screen. And I stupidly said, you know what happens when a cat walks across the screen?
It's a feline.
I know. I should shut the fuck up. But anyway, so I'm using a different screen. So you'll see me, but the camera is coming from the computer. It doesn't seem like I'm engaging with you. I am.
You're just staring off at the stars.
Yeah, I do. I'm looking toward the future.
He's just being autistic. He can't look us in the eyes.
I can't do it. No, I can't. That's why
I can talk to you guys, but I can't. It's too intense. Yeah.
I got my headphones. I'm not making eye contact. It's all going to be fine. And then I'm counting all the tiles in this room. And then Shawn, of course, who we all love, and NGAIO is NGAIO's an old friend of mine.
Gaia
from back in the early days.
NGAIO.
NGAIO.
It's like one Gaio.
NGAIO.
That's how I pronounce it.
Yeah. Well, we got to do it the way you do it because that's
that's the way.
We should play by the rules.
Matt, Larry, Shawn, and James.
Yeah. We have three more hosts, and then we can get
power
going.
team.
So
that's right.
But NGAIO, since we first met, kindred spirits and comic books and Star Wars and science fiction and all that kind of stuff. So I'm so happy to have you.
Drove to Monterey with Margaret Cho while singing along to the Beastie Boys.
Listening to Ice-T.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No.
Good time.
Fresno. I think we played Fresno that.
I think it was Fresno. Yeah.
It was Fresno. Yeah.
If I remember, the gig went pretty well.
They have clubs in Fresno.
No, we're funny. I think it was a college gig or some random.
It was a college gig. Yes,
Tracy
it was.
Forrester gig, something. Yeah.
Tracy Forrester.
Cool.
Yes. Trey 4, as we know her.
Trey 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what happened to Bob Moore? Does anyone know? Or
I think he passed away a little while ago.
Okay.
Pay me before I go on stage, Bob Moore.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just a little info about Bob Moore. You had to get paid before you went on stage, or else
get the money first.
Or he would try to pay you in cocaine.
Yeah.
Good times.
Oh,
at least it's some sort of,
I don't know about
at least
that.
he's trying at that point.
No.
But
please pay me in cash. I'm not trying to be.
Pay me. I'll buy my own cocaine.
A drop. Right. The minute I could go to the telephone company with a bag of coke. Is the minute you can pay me in cocaine.
Well, there's a guy. I know a dude.
Can we play Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Well, we were going to do that as a topic.
But see, here
I got my list.
No,
Rosie.
No,
Bumblebee.
Gort.
Here's
Gort.
the thing.
They never specified Gort's sexuality.
But you see, look, for the ladies who listen, we're trying to get more ladies.
The 3 ladies who listen.
But let's just say, I don't want us to come off as, hey, we're a bunch of middle-aged old guys. Hey,
Stop doing that voice, and that won't happen.
But it's fun, light, upbeat, and
we get it.
And clone, tether, delete.
And okay, and it's like, yes, let's talk about the main ones, and then we can get into some obscure ones or things that maybe some people don't know about. So
whatever you like to do, I'm ready.
Yes. No, he's ready.
Right.
So let's get to it.
You're ready to roll.
Yeah.
I rolled one up. Yeah.
Is there a favorite comic or something that you like, or
from what year?
Oh boy.
I mean,
I'm a big mid-70s Legion of Superheroes like Matter Eater Lad and Karate Kid and Shrinking Violet and Triplicate Girl and Lightning Lad and all those guys.
Oh, that's cool.
I followed the Doom Patrol and Challenger of the Unknown for a long time. Yeah.
You know who's a big Legion of Superheroes guy is Mark Hershon.
No shit.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And he loves Superman too. So
yeah. I like the James Gunn Superman, by the way.
Yeah,
I do too.
I loved it.
And the Suicide Squad too. I like what he's doing with
and Peacemaker.
Yeah,
Peacemaker
is awesome.
It's like a dollop of fucking joy in this.
So good.
Yeah,
they finally got somebody good who's running who knows it and gets it.
Somebody who understands that it's supposed to be a comic book. It's not supposed to be a soap opera. It's a fucking comic book.
Yeah,
bro. Let's comic book it up. Let's get into it. Yeah.